breaking news on the 30th of December that Vusumuzi Matlala has been moved to Kokstad in KZN, which is the Super Maximum Prison. A lot of people have been asking questions such as where is transparency and accountability from the subs? Because we know of Thabo Bester, who fooled the whole country and fled, or actually lived his best life while we thought he was unalived. Why do you move someone without telling the public? Because he was moved 9 days ago. And there's just a lot of questions and speculations, as I've been saying, that such a drastic move, such a drastic action from the subs, definitely there's something going on. And Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi did give us answers to all these questions. In this video, let us talk about what happened with the Vusumuzi Matlala situation.
To the Super Maximum facility at Ebongweni Correctional Centre in Kokstad, KwaZulu-Natal. Authorities say the move comes as part of heightened security measures following concerns over the safety and management of high-risk inmates. No further details have been released or will be released about the circumstances leading to the transfer, but officials stress that the facility is equipped to handle dangerous and high-profile prisoners. Correctional Services has confirmed that the transfer of Cap Matlala happened 9 days ago. The department is citing security, safety and inmate management as reasons for the move.
Correctional Services confirms that on the 21st of December 2025, remand detainee Vusumuzi Matlala was transferred from Kgosi Mampuru II C-Max to Ebongweni Correctional Facility. What we need to highlight is that the transfer of remand detainees and sentence offenders between correctional facilities is a standard operational practice informed by a range of considerations, primarily security, safety, operational requirements, and effective inmate management across the correctional system. It has to be stated as well that the transfer of a remand detainee does not prejudice his or her legal rights or access to services.
So on the 18th of September 2025, if you guys can remember the first appearance of Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, he did address that people are going to be moved and people are going to go to Kokstad. This is what he said at the Madlanga Commission.
That recommendation, the use of dedicated correctional center, in bracket, Ebongweni Kokstad Super Maximum Prison, close bracket, already identified by the Minister of Justice and Correctional Service for accused of politically related cases to minimize the risk of interferences.
So Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi proposed 4 recommendations to deal with the political unalivings, arrests, as well as the cases that they have. And one of the very important things that he highlighted is that the reason why they're moving these people is because of the political interference.
Government of Correctional Services is reflected on that one, as the Minister of Correctional Service and Minister of Justice and Correctional Service had indicated that the maximum prison of Kokstad will be made available, and as well as a close working relationship between the other facilities in KZN. That has made it easier for the detention and the control of access to the suspects in those detention facilities. And the courts are playing, the correctional facilities are playing a critical role in also monitoring the activities that are happening around the people that are arrested. Visitors that are coming to see them, they're able to share with the team that there was this person who came to visit the person that has been detained. And that allows the team to investigate further the involvement of those people, so that it helps us to link them to such a person. There's been a lot of success as a result of that, which we thank Correctional Services for playing that critical role to help with this investigation, not only just to detain the people, but to assist also with the interviews, making the facilities available for the team to have easy access to correctional facilities to allow the team to be able to investigate.
So there is prisoners who are PKTT interests or who are under the PKTT investigations, who are still acting, who are still having visitors and high-level people visiting them, despite the fact that that will tamper with the investigation and interfere with whatever process that they are busy with regards to that particular person.
Most of the cases are dependent on Section 204 witnesses, and then Bullet 3, the involvement of politicians and business people, is as at 2024, when Minister Mkhwanazi sends the letter or the instruction to disband the political killings task team, what in your impression and experience is the position? Is it still the same? Is it any different?
It remains the same, Commissioner, that there is a lot of interference with these investigations in different forms, as is listed there, in order to try and close these cases by business people and politicians. And by and large, because they're political cases, the people on the higher level of the syndicates that are involved are the ones that are behind the closures of dockets. So the influence, the docket, it still remains the case to date.
And when Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi spoke about this topic, he first started by talking about political interference. He spoke about the dockets and how the dockets were moved to Shadrack Sibia and how there is still political interference to this day. And that when people, as you guys have heard, even with the video that I played, is that when people are arrested and they are just detained in any prison, the political interference is very ripe. And that it happens all the time, and that these people, such as Vusumuzi Matlala, would have the visits which will then interfere with the work of the police. And which means, I think what Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi was trying to say was to tell us that these prisoners, such as Kgosi Mampuru, can easily be interfered with, can easily be tempered. The people that they're visiting, they might not disclose all of that information because clearly, which means those people are also captured or are working together with these people that are part of the syndicates. So what they did is that they're working together with Groenewald, who's the Minister of Correctional Services, to ensure that they have specific detention centers that are going to detain such people as Vusumuzi Matlala. I know that people have asked questions such as, Vusumuzi Matlala is just still going trial. Why would they take him to a super maximum prison? I want to put it to you, and I want you to think of this and ponder on it very closely, especially after what Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi told us. Do you think that high chances there were people that were of high stature that were actually visiting Vusumuzi Matlala at Kgosi Mampuru? Because guys, we have the Deputy Police Commissioner, which is Shadrack Sibia. We have Senzo Mchunu. We have all these influential people, Bramokhodzi. Do they record their visits, or they're able to bypass this whole process? Whereas, as Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi said, if you're at Kokstad, the Minister of Correctional Services, as well as that particular correctional services, is working with them as the PKTT in close ties to ensure that these prisoners are put into account. Specifically, people like Abu Vusumuzi Matlala. Every visit that they have is going to be part of the investigation and is going to be recorded as part of the PKTT investigation. So they won't just do whatever that they want at their time, however they feel. And remember, that is very true because of this story of this kingpin who tried to escape but failed to do so.
Take Ebongweni Ultra Maximum Correctional Centre. They spent 23 hours in solitary confinement, and this is the only sunshine they see for an hour in a small courtyard during their exercises.
This is the worst prison I've ever been in, whether it's in Nigeria or in Angola or anywhere. This is the worst kind of place you can keep anyone.
The late Mozambican national Ananias Mate, known as the Houdin of CMEX, tried to break out of Ebongweni.
He tried to cut the glass, and then he tried to unscrew on the top there, as you can see, but all that was in vain.
So it's the way he left it?
Yes.
Were you surprised that he attempted to break out?
That was the first attempt in this center. We didn't have any other.
Mate was convicted of a string of crimes, including rape, attempted murder, fraud and armed robbery.
And even from the way this situation there at Kokstad is described, I don't think it's just going to be easy. People are not just going to visit him the way they've been doing with Kgosi Mampuru. Hence at Kgosi Mampuru, I think that Kgosi Mampuru high chances was just doing as he pleases. And he could bribe and pay anybody, and probably even not him, the people that he has control over, or the people that he has influence over, who are either politicians or either in the subs. But with the Kokstad situation, that prison was specifically created for people like Vusumuzi Matlala, for people that are being investigated by the PKTT. So probably they want this stringent and hard security over him, because whatever that he does now, whoever visits him, whoever does things for him, is definitely going to be part of the investigation.
You don't see the outside. You are only able to see whatever comes in. There is some sort of a courtyard. It's very small. They are given 1 hour to exercise. There is no hard labor. They just sit around for 23 hours. You are only allowed to have your Bible there and to read something, but you've got all the time in the world, because you do not leave your cell. You just leave to go out to exercise for an hour. You come back and you loiter around for 23 hours. You do not even work. So you've got all the time.
So I think that this is the answers that some of us are looking for. The question now that I have is, who are these people that have been visiting Matlala at Kgosi Mampuru? Who are these people that have been trying to interfere with the PKTT investigation regarding Vusumuzi Cat Matlala? And who are going at Kgosi Mampuru to feed him information? That's the questions that I think we are supposed to ask, because the way it happened, it was so quiet and silence. Probably he didn't even expect it, because imagine a situation where we were all told that he was about to be moved. These people, these politically influential people, or the people that are working for him, that he has at the palm of his hand, we're going to do something. We're going to tamper with this whole process and even try to interfere with this whole process, either by going to court or by doing whatever. Guys, we watch movies. Some things happen. You remember the kingpin of Zamazama, who was able to escape while they're going to prison. The same situation can happen, that, Vusumuzi Cat Matlala is escaped, or I don't know. Remember, this person even has a fraudulent passport to Swaziland. This person is well connected. So they had to make it a secret, because clearly influential people are very much involved. And I love it, because we were told on the 18th of September, if you want to go and rewatch those proceedings, the first hour, if not 2 hours of the proceedings, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is actually discussing this whole situation of Kokstad and why they specifically wanted Kokstad. And how are they working with the Minister of Correctional Services specifically to make sure that the investigation going with the assistance of correctional services? I don't know what you guys think of this information. Do you think that this is what you expected? Do you think that it's more than this? Not me. I just think that this is definitely part of the reasons, because the police, yes, have provided reasons, but they're not clear. They're not like saying that he did 1, 2, 3. Others are even saying he had another phone. There's just a lot of speculations. But I just want you to think about this in this context of Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi and what he told us at the Madlanga Commission with regards to why they chose Kokstad specifically, because of this thing of political interference and ensuring that anyone who visits you is gonna be investigated. 2026 is gonna be harder. 2026 is just going to be very harder for people that are part of these syndicates or kingpins or whatever you call them. It's just going to be very hectic. Harder, Mkhwanazi, harder. Nonetheless, guys, please comment your thoughts. Tell me what you think. I'll see you guys next year. Bye.